Cinematography Breakdown Part 2. In today's video we will do a cinematography breakdown of 3 different scenes from the film Shawshank Redemption. Scene 1. When Andy was kept in solitary for a month. Scene 2. Conversation between Andy and Red. Scene 3. Death of Warden Norton. Before getting into analysis of Scene 1, let's see at which stage in film this scene comes. Andy's key to freedom was a prisoner who killed Andy's wife, and he was ready to swear before a judge, and that's how Andy could have been out of jail. But Warden Norton killed that prisoner. So Andy couldn't get out of prison, when Norton reaches to Andy in solitary to tell him that the boy is dead and he can't be free. Then Andy refuses to launder money for Warden Norton. Then Norton extends Andy's solitary for another month. Analysis. Scene starts with Andy's medium close-up shot, and mid-shot of Warden Norton, and later on it gets into close-up. Norton is a powerful man. So we see him from a low angle. Looking at Norton from a low angle shows Norton's dominance on Andy. When a medium shot gets into close-up, look at the amount of frame Norton's face has occupied. It shows dominance, it shows who has power in this scene. Cut to Andy is weak and we see him from top angle. The frame size doesn't change. Look at the amount of space Andy's face has occupied. It shows weakness, trap, and isolation. If you would have noticed one thing, there are no 2 shots of Warden Norton and Andy, while Andy is kept in solitary cell. Keeping them separate creates a sense of claustrophobia, isolation, and trappedness for the audience. Another thing to notice is that both Andy and Norton are not on the same page. The way this scene ends is wonderful. Cinematographer Roger Deakins makes sure that the audience is still connected and close to Andy. When Norton extends Andy's solitary cell for another month, the camera is placed inside the cell watching doors get close. This simple way of storytelling with the camera makes us more close to Andy. The most important thing is it keeps us in the moment. If you are watching this video, then support us by subscribing to our channel. Scene 2. Conversation between Andy and Red. This particular scene says a lot. It shows us 2 characters, 2 lives. We can see the difference between Andy and Red, how they think, how hopeful they are about getting out of prison, how passionately they dream about the future where they want to be. We can see Andy is hopeful about the future and Red is not. This is shown in a simple way by giving both characters different close-ups and a 2-shot where their body language speaks for itself. This scene is just wonderful as we all live in the same space. We all have bad phases in our lives. But what differentiates us is the way we think. As Andy said, it comes down to a simple choice.
Get busy living, or get busy dying. Andy.
Scene 3. Death of Warden Norton. This scene is a good example of building tension visually. As Norton sees, state police have reached to arrest him. He loads his gun and shoots himself. Well, at this point there are 2 things shown simultaneously. 1 police officer coming towards Norton and 2 Norton loading gun. Let's look at how these 2 parts have been shot. So this scene is more about Norton getting arrested. Just look at the number of shots Norton has got and police officers have got. So let's break down part 1, where we see police officers coming towards Norton's office. Camera placement. So we see police officers coming towards the camera. Cut to another shot, same thing. As police officers were getting closer and closer to arrest Norton, it builds up tension. Just imagine if the camera was placed at the opposite side of the staircase. It would have looked like police officers going away and it would have made us an observer. This wide shot gives us a sense of surrounding. It makes this scene more real. Imagine if this shot would have been a close-up follow shot of an officer. Would that be as impactful as this shot? Part 2 breakdown. How would you make a scene feel more real? In this part there's a small cinematography graph which went really well. At first we follow Norton's body language and we get to know what he was up to. We see police officers coming. At this point we see a still frame as Norton was loading the gun. This makes us focus more on the loading gun and Norton's fearful reaction. As Norton was done loading the gun, There's a track in shot, it emphasizes that moment as Norton points gun at door, and there's another track in towards door. At this point the build-up is at its peak. Cut to Norton, still frame, we focus on Norton. And he changes his mind and shoots himself, and now here comes the best shot, track out. Track out releases pressure after this heavy build-up, it normalizes things. There are some key things you must notice in this scene. Lensing. While Norton was in pressure, look how tight lensing is. Look at how much space is revealed around him. Lighting. Look at how contrast is created. With help of lighting, how Deakins grab audience attention to characters' faces. Camera movement. It's important how you direct the audience's attention at what you want. It's important to make a decision at what point you want your audience to focus on the actor. I'm sure there would have been multiple shots taken by Deakins and Frank Darabont, but these images truly reflect good cinematography. If you liked this video, then please let us know what you liked by commenting down below, and if you didn't like this video, then make sure you comment, so we will make sure to improve in our next video. Thanks for joining us on this cinematic journey. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and keep creating.